Okay, we're taking notes on domain and range. Your domain is your X values, your range is your Y values. And so what we're going to do is fill these sentences in here. The set of all possible X values, when we're talking about domain, the X values go from least to greatest. Domain is how far left and right the graph goes. How wide is the graph? For range, we're talking about the set of all possible Y values of a relation. The Y values go from least to greatest, and the range is how far below and above the graph goes. It's how tall is the graph. So we're looking at range, we're looking at how tall the graph is. We're looking at domain, we're looking at how wide the graph is. So one of the things we use is called Dixie-Roy. Dixie-Roy helps us to remember domain and range. The D stands for domain. The I is input. The X is X values. The I here, Dixie, is independent. Those are keywords. For the range, the roid, the R stands for range. The O is output. The Y stands for Y values. And the D is dependent. All right, to sum everything up, when you're determining the X domain, you're going to go from left, your left values here, to right. And for your range, you're going to go from, put your Y in the middle, you go from bottom to top. And the other thing you need to know is if you have an open or closed. So we're going to write that here. If it's open, the sign is going to be this, less than or greater than, depending on what side it's on. And if the dot is shaded in, that's closed. That means the sign is going to be greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So you have to put the equal sign under it if it's closed. If it's open, you don't put the equal sign under the value. Okay. Make sure your notes are complete. We're going to do some examples. But let's have a commercial break. Are you struggling in Algebra 1? Want extra credit to boost your grade? Ms. Wallace is offering free online group tutorials. For every session you attend, you will receive extra credit to boost your grade. Session times are Mondays and Wednesdays from 5 to 6. You can get a flyer in the classroom, but log on to http://bit.ly BTW Algebra 1 Superstars. Alright? We also have tutorials every day in the morning, 7:30 to 8:25 in the morning in Miss Chambers' room, B211. Alright? And we have after school tutorials Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 4:15 to 5:15. No excuse, guys. You come to tutorials. Alright? Now, some students have been asking for extra credit. Extra credit. You need other extra credit besides tutorials that help you. You gotta bring a box of pencils or a rim of paper. Or you can bring 6 glue sticks. All of these will help you with extra credit. It's about 10 points for pencils, 10 points for paper, and 10 points for glue sticks. So you get 10 points added to your grade. All right, that's the end of commercial break. Let's get back to our notes. All right, let's do a few problems. Let's find the domain. The first thing you want to do is inspect your graph. This is your x-axis. You may want to highlight your x-axis so you can know where it's located. This is your x. Then look at how wide your graph is. We have some arrows. These arrows mean that it's going to go on and on forever. So that means the domain is all real numbers. The range, we read this from bottom to top. Alright, so the bottom value here is at a -1. The top value keeps going on and on. This is a minimum graph. So since we know it's a minimum value, then we know that y is going to be greater than or equal to that number. So my range is y is greater than or equal to -1. All right. The next problem, we're looking at the domain. Remember, domain is how wide the graph is. And here it stops. So this sign means that I'm going to put something on top. So that's a less than. Right? So this one is at a -4 and 4. So we go from left to right. And our x in the center. So this is going to be greater than -4, less than a +4. That's our domain. And our range is from bottom to top. Bottom to top. It stops here. So my range goes from greater than a -1, less than 1, 2, 3. All right. So this is considered closed. This is considered open because of that. So that's why we have this sign. And that's from bottom to top. Okay. That's our bottom value. That's our top value. That's our left point. That's our right point. De la derecha, izquierda. Right. Yeah, that's right. Izquierda. Bottom, abajo, arriba. So we're talking about the bottom to top. All right? And we're going to do one more. Then we'll be done with our notes for today. And you're going to practice the rest of them. All right. We have our domain that goes from left to right. So the left value is a -4. The right value is 1. Remember, we're on the x-axis. So we're going to write -4 less than or equal x 1. The range is from bottom to top. Bottom, abajo, top, arriba. So the bottom is -7. and the top is 2. And that's our range. Right? I think that's it.